I'm Michelle Beckett and I'm from Harrogate Knaresborough CLP, and it's my first conference, so I'm very excited to be here. What I want to do is talk to you about something deeply personal. This year I was diagnosed with a condition called ADHD at age 44, which I've struggled with most of my life, and there were several missed opportunities by mental health services to support me in that. So you're probably sat there thinking, what relevance does this have to protecting our communities? Well, actually, rather a lot, and the statistics are quite shocking. I was shocked to read that 45% of youth offenders in custody have ADHD, often undiagnosed and untreated. 30% of adults in custody have untreated and undiagnosed ADHD. 25% of people with alcohol and substance misuse and addictions have ADHD. Just think about this as a social cost to the whole of society. So what can we do about this? How can we fix this? Well, actually, not a lot of people know that ADHD is one of the most treatable conditions that exist. It costs about £100 a month just to get medication. I've been on this medication since earlier this year and it has changed my life. So if we think there's 45% of youths in custody with ADHD, it costs £100 a month to treat them, and a New England School of Medicine study has just found out that treated with medication, it can reduce offending rates to between 32 and 41%. It costs about £85,000 a year to keep somebody in custody. This is not mentioning all the impact on policing, on education, on social services, not to mention mental health. There's all sorts of areas that ADHD touches. And at the moment, it seems to be lumped in with special educational needs to do with education. Most people with ADHD do not have special educational needs. The way to fix this is we need Labour to lead on an all-party parliamentary group to look at all the areas that we could make huge cost savings. I haven't done the maths, but just think £100 a month versus £85,000 a year for 45% of these youth offenders. Not to mention, as I said, all the savings that could be made. I've got a family member in CAMS who's undiagnosed. The problem is that even if you have an adult ADHD service, basically you can have to wait up to 3 years in your area. So I call upon Labour to start an all-party parliamentary group for ADHD alone so that we can make massive savings, not just financially, but to society as a whole. Thank you.